Well, this week there's a lot of tension going on in Israel and the Middle East, and I want to talk in particular about UNESCO. It's been upsetting me for quite some time. Their most recent decision taken a couple of weeks ago, which was to try to make a decision that the tomb of the patriarchs in Hebron was nothing to do with the Jewish religion and was in fact a Muslim holy site. Now, I accept that it is in Hebron and it has religious significance for the Islamic community. But how can anybody deny that the tomb of the patriarchs, effectively the cave of Machpelah where our forefathers were buried, does not have a religious significance for the Jewish community and for the Jewish religion? I'm afraid it is part of a pattern of behaviour from UNESCO. A number of states, believing that they're supporting the Palestinian cause, are trying to delegitimize not just Israeli rights to these parts of the Middle East, but to delegitimize Jewish culture and Jewish heritage. It follows on the back of two decisions now that have been taken by UNESCO to try to argue that the Temple Mount and the Western Wall are Islamic holy sites and that there is no Jewish role at all. Now, we know how complicated things are in the Middle East. We know that many of the sites that are holy to Judaism are also holy to the other Abrahamic faiths of Christianity and Islam as well. The Israeli government has recognized that with the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Western Wall and the churches that are in the Old City, and of course that's the case with the Tomb of the Patriarchs in Hebron. The whole nature of any peace agreement is going to have to be protecting the religious rights of all of the faiths. That's what the Israeli government has tried to do, but that is what UNESCO is trying to stop. They are trying to deny Jewish and Christian rights to these locations and to say that the whole of the Middle East is purely Islamic. And I'm afraid that there are nations all around the world who are going along with that. And that's why I am grateful continually for the strong support that not just our UK government has taken in opposing these resolutions, but also the strong leadership being given by the United States, and particularly through Nikki Haley, their new ambassador to the United Nations. It is time for UNESCO to stop delegitimizing Jewish culture, Jewish religion and Jewish heritage around the Jewish holy sites. Now, with all the tension that's going on in the Middle East at the moment, with the attack last week on Israeli police officers within the Old City coming from Al-Aqsa Mosque, I'm afraid that it is very tense up there in Israel at the moment. We pray for peace at all times and for a holy and peaceful resolution. Now, the other thing that's been going on this week in Israel, of course, is that Radiohead played there. Radiohead hit back against those who want to boycott arts and culture in Israel by proudly performing, and I thought the funniest thing that they did was they played the song Money by Pink Floyd, which of course is written by that arch boycotter Roger Waters, so I hope he enjoys the royalties that he will receive from the performance of his song by Radiohead in Tel Aviv. Finally, this week I'm sure you will have seen the comment by our chairman Jonathan Goldstein welcoming the chief rabbi's intervention in the issues with Rabbi Dweck and coming up with a solution that is peaceful and is satisfactory to all parties. We are so glad that this time of year it's a peaceful resolution that has been found, and we thank the chief rabbi for doing so. So going back to UNESCO, again we're calling on UNESCO to stop trying to delegitimize not just the state of Israel, but from delegitimizing the Jewish religion.